Greetings, fellow Yadarians. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris First Contact, Episode 7, Empire Investment. So right off the bat, I need to get rid of one of the anchorages that we've got, because I have one overcapacity, and to send my ships back to home space to get upgraded and the like.
Communications.
Oh, MSI just established a branch office on our homeworld. Yes, so now that they're a tributary, they are open to be able to do that. And they're setting up a commercial forum. All right. That's fair. The Naran Nation, which are Democratic Crusaders, wants to form a commercial pact. Yeah, I'll allow it. Sure. Sounds good. So right off the bat, the current priority is to reform our new empire. It's going to take me a minute to sort of set things right post-war. There are resources to exploit, and there are things to fix up. So that's what I'm going to be working on first, but then the plan is to try to figure out who to go to war with next, because there's a large cause for war. There also seems to be a rather large bubble here of unannexed territory,
Life form.
which is interesting. But let's quickly take a look at the galactic community. So we are pretty much in a three-way tie with Glebsig and Gox, which is funny because there are two direct neighbors. We are sort of materialistic, meaning believing in science, and they are pacifist xenophiles. So we're not necessarily going to have to fight them, but I kind of want to, just because they're of a different ethos, and generally speaking, in the long term, if you're not of the same ethical background, you eventually butt heads. That's just how the game works. So that might be something wise to do at some point. And DSN Matter, Glitch, Draco, Dinky, and JFed, thank you so very much for the resubs and bits. Oh, and Shiz too. Yeah, right before I kicked off. So I'll have you guys decide whether you guys want me to focus inwards and sort of improve the Empire, or alternatively, find a new war target. Both, I think, are valid goals. Also looks like the Cathanon planet is running out of agricultural districts that are free. I'm going to need to get some subterranean colonization terraforming tech in order to free up those remaining agricultural districts. Noted. Noted. And what are my current envoys doing? Alright, they're representing me in the galactic community. Oh, I just got booted to 3rd. Uh-oh, that's not good, because the Galactic Council here is being formed very, very soon. And if I'm in 4th place, it means I'm not going to have a seat on the council, which is really the only reason why I supported it in the first place. So one of the things I could do here is to expand my navy a little bit. Filling up my naval capacity, and having a stronger navy will put me in a better position on the Galactic Council. I have enough unity to activate the Psionic Archive, but I don't want to. I don't really want to go down the path of psionics. And Louis, thank you for the bits as well. Cheers. I think I'm going to finally disband the Raider fleet, so that I only really have the flagship and the first fleet to control. It's going to be a lot easier to do. I'm about to actually build a second fleet, because the first fleet doesn't have any more command limit left. Oh, and here we go. A little bit of a choice for you guys. So Canopus just finished terraforming into a Savannah world, and it's going to have some choices here. And I'll have you guys vote on these. So give me 1 second. So a little reminder before you vote. Canopus is a mineral-rich world, so it would be ideal for us to maximize the mining districts, as it has a modifier that gives us more minerals for mining jobs. And the choices of terraforming is more generator districts, more mining districts, or more agricultural districts. So, yeah. That is up to you, but I know what I would choose. And then we're also saving up the coin, or the energy credits, I should call it, to terraform this ocean planet. And we need 90 more energy. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell some minerals to finally clinch that and start the process of turning that also into a savanna. But with Canopus ready to be colonized, it's a rather large world. It's a size 23, which is pretty big. Our homeworld is a size 19, so it's even bigger than our homeworld. Let's go ahead and start rolling out colony ships as well. So I need a few consumer goods in order to be able to afford that, which is fine. I wish there was a way to collapse these, but you just have to like drag them to the side of the screen as you work around them. So we'll get a colony ship rolling out for Canopus as well. And it looks like you guys overwhelmingly want me to do a mining district. I mean, that's exactly what I would have chosen. It's speaking about planet specializations, specializing a planet will absolutely have you yield more resources than making every planet a generalist. For a few different reasons. One, sometimes you have modifiers like this. And then two, you can also specify what type of planet it is. So, for instance, the Cathanon Prime is an agri-world, which means the farmers that work here output 25% more. So you'll get more bang for your buck if you have specialized worlds. There is a caveat, however. The caveat is, if you're currently at war, and let's say you have a breadbasket world, and it becomes, either it gets invaded, or it gets bombarded, or it gets disrupted in some way, if any of your worlds that you rely upon, that are like keystones or linchpins, or whatever you want to call it, all of a sudden you're going to have very quick societal collapse. Because if you, like for me, I rely very heavily on Cathanon providing food. If I ever lose Cathanon, I'm going to starve very, very quickly, and I'll have to rely on the market to buy my food, which will inevitably bankrupt me. So I highly advise that if you do have specialized worlds, put them near your core world. Basically, Cathanon is specialized, and if Cathanon gets invaded, likely I'm already pretty screwed, because it's just one hop away from Ydaris, and it's not likely that I get to keep one and not the other, right? So, the way I usually play is the worlds that are closest to my capital, I will specialize, and the further you get from the capital, the more generalist you'll become, or alternatively, I'll have it specialized, but not for something that is mission critical. I'll have it specialized for things like Unity or research, where you can lose Unity and research, and society won't collapse overnight. Whereas if you lose consumer goods, food, energy credits, and minerals, all of a sudden, you're going to have a big problem. Whereas Unity and research, it will slow down your progress towards society and technology, but like, you're not going to crumble overnight. You'll have plenty of time to recover. So, just food for thought. So Canopus and Hodum are very, very close to my core world, so that's not much of an issue. But if I was to, let's say, colonize Polaris 2, which is considerably further, that's when I would start to consider, it might be best if I am careful about how I specialize this. There we go. One little fleet, or just 4 ships, and I am back in the top 3. But I'm going to want to roll additional ships out so that I'm not leaving it to chance whether I get bumped or not. The elections for the Galactic Community Council take place periodically, so if I can be in the top now, it's going to be a while before that gets reassessed, and it gives me time to climb even higher. So the big question for you is, what is my next big goal? Societal investment or empire investment, which would be building up my worlds, reinforcing, building stations, things like that. Alternatively, we could go to war with pre-FTL oppressors. Go to war with Gox / Gleb. Gleb? Well, I don't even know how to pronounce them. Or what else? We could explore and expand. So there's your choices in the top right. And thank you for voting. I would not mind boosting my nomination bid to try to make my nomination for the Galactic Marketplace stronger. I wouldn't mind boosting it one more time, so I'm going to sell some minerals to do a third boost before I forget to do it again. So there we go. I have fully boosted it, and my base marketplace competitiveness rating to become the Galactic Market Station is strong. It's as strong as it can be. I can improve it no further. I'm hoping I become the economic capital, but we'll see. And that'll balance some of my other resources. So one of the things I obviously need to do is I need to start producing consumer goods because we're hemorrhaging. One of the reasons why we're hemorrhaging consumer goods is... Oh, here we go. So the Kelazon, okay, let me finish that previous thought. So one of the reasons why consumer goods is we have additional planets with a burgeoning population, and I need to support them somehow. So last stream, we had the Kelazon migrate as refugees to us, and I wasn't able to actually get rid of them, but now... Maybe Stellaris had an update or whatever, but it says that I have to wait 6 more years, or 5 more years, but 7 more years. I'm really bad at math. But we'll be able to displace them after that cooldown time. So I don't know what was going wrong last stream where I couldn't actually set them as undesirables and have them leave, but it's fixed now, so that's good.
Technology discovered.
Alright, Maz, I'm gonna break you down. I can't support that, but what I will do instead is upgrade my other anchorages. I was over my starbase capacity. I'm not really sure why all of a sudden I was over the starbase capacity, but I actually really want a station over Canopus. So I'm going to actually upgrade Canopus' station, because Canopus is getting colonized. And we just lost Kaiju, one of our societal researchers. So I will hire you. And your name is going to be Draco. See if there's a better scientist. No. One and a half more minutes to vote on this poll on the top right. And it looks like Empire investment is going to be the way, but we'll see. So in terms of the Senate floor, I'm still duking it out with the Rakarian Principality for the 3rd seat. I do have some...
Under attack.
Oh, that's not good. I do have some destroyers coming off the line, so those destroyers will help clinch it further. I hope.
Initiating communications.
And an embassy with you guys. Egalitarian Militarist? That sounds pretty similar to my own interests. So yeah, sure. Embassy away. Did my vassals get renegotiated? Yes. The GGU is a scholarium underneath me. The Interstellar Rhadamant Confederacy, I still have not renegotiated. These guys that suppressed the GGU. But that's, I think, because it's on cooldown for another 38 months. So I won't be able to do that for a bit. So when we freed the GGU from the Rhadamant, we put Rhadamant as a vassal underneath us, but right when you win those wars, you can't renegotiate for another 10 years. So it takes a minute to fix that up.
Station lost.
So Empire investment it is. Copy that. One of the ways to invest in the Empire is to prevent piracy. So I don't have any pirate protections at Deathris, which is the problem. At the Cathanon station, what I could do is I could replace one of the trade hubs with a gun battery, and that will fix that. Just moving some resources around. Oh, you know, my main fleet is currently upgrading, so as soon as I buy alloys, it uses it.
Ships upgraded.
But now with the ships upgraded, yeah, I have pulled ahead of the Rakarian Principality in terms of political favor. So I am less at risk of not earning that seat. I still need to keep a close eye on it, because it's entirely possible that that will change, but so far it looks good. Sending the colony ship out to Canopus to get that annexed. So right now
Survey
I have
complete.
Open piracy actually around Hodum. So Hodum is grabbing the trade value from Messia, but then not protecting it. So I'm going to give gun batteries to Hodum instead of Cathanon, so let me cancel that. And then Canopus is becoming a station, which means... Oh, I see. The anchorage I have down here, I'll probably get rid of once I have the Canopus station. Just because I have... I'm juggling, like, a few too many stations right now. Oh, no, I'm at... No, I'll be above capacity pretty soon. So, we'll have to address that. But here is Daedora Prime, turning into a Forge World. It looks like I need to reinvest in there. Cathanon is running out of available jobs, as is Eudaris Prime. But the extra industrial district at Cathanon is helping to balance the consumer goods that we had. Ah, drat. It was not picked. Gox. It was picked for Gox, not me. Even though I had spent like 6K's worth of energy credits petitioning for it to be on my planet. It's here at this planet. Alright, fine. At the Du Roxa Nax. Lucky you.
Technology discovered.
Hyperdrive 2 tech. That is fantastic. That's one of probably the biggest drawbacks that we had for our fleet is how slow they move system to system. So that's going to help a lot, which is great. Canopus is all set up. So this is going to be a pure anchorage station. And then once that gets upgraded a little bit, I will break down this Elgate anchorage.
Spaceborne lifeform encountered. Construction complete.
Alright, there's still piracy here. Wow, even my flagship isn't tamping down the piracy? Alright. How's the seats going? Okay, so in 252 days, the Galactic Council forms, and it will, by default, form with 3 people, or 3 civs, empires. And it looks like I am in the lead for that, or I'm 3rd place, but still, I'll be selected, provided I don't dip behind. Why does it says Hodum can be upgraded? I don't really understand that. So what I need to do to Hodum... Okay, we have a new mandate. My last mandate was fulfilled. Let's figure out what the new mandate is. New mandate is Urbanizer. 2 city districts, got it. And new tradition. Let's go with reduced ship upkeep and increased naval capacity, because I'm actually above my naval capacity right now. So that will help to lower taxes.
Construction complete. Spaceborne life form encountered.
Let's see if the ethics shift. Yeah, the ethics shift is seems to be settling out a little bit, which is good, because it was pretty wild last stream with the ships going crazy all over the place. Hey, look at that! I'm relatively surprised by this. So right now I'm in 3rd place, but I'm only behind the 2 fallen empires, and I'm pretty sizably in 3rd place, right? The Lavan Coalition has about 3k, and I have 5.3k, so I'm well ahead of all the other non-fallen empires. But in terms of political favor, it's terrible. So whatever laws that have been passed, whatever these resolutions have been passed, are not favoring my strengths, whatever my strengths might be. Why I am, economically victory positioned over the others. Interesting. Okay. I believe that the council election is imminent. It will be held in 175 days, and I am one of the 3 top candidates. Perfect. And you guys... Oh, interesting. So the Rhadamant is not my vassal? What happened there? I don't even know. I think they had some sort of revolution, and the people that were my vassal lost. And they reformed. So I lost a vassal out of that. Out of a revolution where I wasn't even aware of.
Upgraded.
All right. Seems a little unfair, but okay.
Technology discovered.
So you all asked for me to invest in the economy, invest in the empire, rather than militarize, which is what I've been doing. So I will try to fulfill those requests here. And I have another governor to name. DSN, it's yours. Don't forget the mandate. I'll probably end up ignoring the mandate. It's just not a lot of unity for 2 city districts I don't want to build. Oh, and they closed the border to me. Cheeky little butterflies. In a second here, I'll be renaming Canopus to one of you guys' names once it's colonized. So, active chatters in the chat that are subs will be named after you.
Construction complete. Establishing colony.
Interesting. So the secrets of the Zroni have been pushed up. I am now on the council. That's nice. And that gives us additional psionic theory, which is unfortunate because I really didn't want psionic theory, but can't help it. So now Draco is partially psionic. And that should make the science faction happier. Yes, so we do know the precursors' secrets, and their approval goes up 5%. So I don't have Science Without Borders. So perhaps I can try to get Science Without Borders. I don't know. It doesn't look like that's something I can do with vassals or tributaries. So I would have to pick some friends out there. Oh, no, I already have research agreements with them. So let's go with you guys. Xenophile, Fanatic Materialists, Diplomacy, Trade Agreement. Nope. Apparently, this is... It's not one of those buttons. Where is it? So, research agreement requires positive relation. All right. Well, now that I already have a seat in the council, I will have one of my envoys start improving relation with them, and then I'll offer them some gifts in order to help out our relation, so that I can get Science Without Borders with them. So what to give them? I can give them 0 as a lump sum gift. And then I have a bunch of energy credits, so I'll give them some of that as well. So this should help with their relation. The members of the galactic community have voted to establish a galactic council. Membership in this august body will be limited to representatives from 3 most powerful and influential empires in the community. Until a new council is elected, these are the Gox, the Glebsig, and me. The members of the council are expected to lead and safeguard the community. Their increased power allows them to cut through some of the red tape. So basically, you can fast track laws and veto and things like that. So, emergency measure. What this does, it allows you to bring things to the floor of the Senate immediately. And then you can also veto. So, actually, we might not have veto power. Let me check. Resolutions for the council right now probably don't have veto power. But that's something that we can do. So there is change the council's size. So up 1 or down 1. Eventually you can get the council to just 1 person. Revoking the denouncement power. So what a denouncement is like if you're violating the laws of the galactic community, you can be denounced, which hurts you influentially. So like right now, you know, there might be some people that could be denounced depending on the Kelazon and the MSI can both be denounced. But yeah, I'm not going to spend my influence that way. You can enable veto power. But this can't be proposed for another 2,300 days, because I think the council just formed, and then you can also nominate custodian. So custodian is someone that you would put in a position of power in times of crisis to sort of further cut through the red tape and to lead sort of a galactic defense, I guess. All right, so they accepted the trade deal, the GLI. And that's in hopes of boosting from cordial to friendly, allowing us for another research agreement to further satisfy our materialists. For egalitarians, the problem that I have is I don't have free movement, but that's not free movement for the Kalazan, which is fine because we're going to be booting them out ASAP as soon as I'm allowed to. So that will make the egalitarians happy. Let's gamble. Oh, I need to buy more caravan coin. And I don't have the money for it. Oh! Okay, nothing. Contains some music. Can't always win. I am going to improve my relations twice over with them. Oh, there we go. Form research agreement. Perfect. And I'm sure they'll agree. They're fanatic materialists. They want research agreement as much as I do. And there we go. It is formed. And my materialists could not be any happier. They are now fully satisfied. So the egalitarians will be satisfied at some point. I don't know if I can really satisfy the authoritarian militarists because I am not authoritarian and don't plan on being, so they're always going to be a little upset, but that's just cost of doing business with them, I guess. What else? So at MSI, I could actually build a... Oh no, maybe our agreement does not allow me to build holdings on their planet. I guess not. So that's something that I'm going to want to negotiate. Holdings limit, none. Yeah, okay. That's something we'll negotiate once I am able, and that's only in 5 months. Got it. All the worlds that border the isolationists, I'll survey as well. Not that I'll be able to ever annex that until they're gone. And I'm just going to keep picking science projects that have us reinvesting in society. We're trying to build up society.
Construction complete.
So piracy is done and dealt with. Actually, there should be piracy there at Hodum. But we're upgrading to Starhold, and I'll add one more gun battery. Hey, SSD, Mustard, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the stream. So we're definitely not at the point where we could take on Leviathans, but we are sitting at the point where we might be able to start messing with the Marauders just a little bit. Our fleet power is on the cusp of being there. So that's something to keep an eye on.
Technology discovered.
Nice. So now with Colonial centralization tech, I can have a planetary capital and a Hall of Judgment. I don't need Halls of Judgment. We don't really have crime. But a planetary capital is really nice for a homeworld. Boom. Done. Next societal research. Let's get Galactic Administration. That's a really powerful one. It allows us to add a Civics slot to our population. Although we have Zeroni Stormcasters and Sonic Theory. So the Zeroni Stormcaster creates an artificial storm, which reduces ship speed, fire rate, nullifies shields, and blocks sensors. That's tempting, but it's a big project. So I'm going to reinvest in Civics. That's what y'all voted over here, that we would do sort of non-combat civic investment. All right. You can also get planetary capital. Let's get one. And Cathanon as well. Shouldn't be too long until Hodum is colonizable. So we need to roll out another colony ship. Relics, stop bugging me. It's a relic I don't want to ever activate, so but it's going to keep asking me.
Survey complete.
So I've just activated the automatic surveying so that my science ships will just go wherever they're needed. I'm sort of curious about Polaris, why that has not been colonized, so I'm going to go up there manually. Minor military sanctions? Sure. Now that our envoys have established good relations with the Galactic Lazavada and Imperium, I'm going to have them start representing us again in the galactic community, so our diplomatic weight is heavier, allowing us to influence it further. Oh, my army shouldn't be down there. Let's fix that. It's too bad you can't sell a relic. Yeah, one of the reasons not to sell a relic, not that it would worry me, is probably a lot of the reason our victory condition is above others is our relic collected. So we get about 1,000 for the relic collected. So like, for instance, if I sold it to Lava and Coalition, they would be leading, because I would lose 1,000, I'd be at 3,996, and they would be at 4077. So there's a reason to hold on to relics just for the victory of like, I'm further along. But also, if you're a relic collector and you don't have a lot of other societal investment, it will look as if you're doing well in terms of victory, but you won't be, because, you know, relics don't matter unless you use them well. Alright, just a little heads up, Canopus is soon going to be colonized, and active chatters will be eligible that are subs. We can negotiate an agreement with MSI. Oh, no, they're a tributary. Never mind. I was thinking of Hodum. But Hodum is independent now. And in fact, I don't have any rivals right now. So maybe I should get some rivalries for more influence. So, Kelazon, I would rival you, but you're just too pathetic. What about Hadam? Hadam I can rival. MSI hates me, but I can't rival them because they're pathetic. Man, they hate me. Holy moly. But they'll never like me, because they tried to oppress me and I won. Ricarian, I am going to rival as well. So the problem with that is I just ordered my emissaries, or my envoys, to represent me in the galactic community, which means I can't harm relation with them to rival them. So I don't think I'm able to rival anyone else at this moment. But I'll take a look. And then these here are ones that have a cause for war or punishment. So that's something that we could take a look at later on down the line as well, of like those that have abused pre-FTL species we could go to war with. More envoys would sure be handy. Yeah, that's a societal research unlock to get diplomatic centers, and I'll get that as soon as I'm able, because we want that. Ooh, droids? Yeah, I like droids. I also like L-gates, but I'm going to focus on droids. And Dennis Keith, thank you for the gifted subs. Actually, before I get droids, let me get city housing districts. And to fulfill that mandate, maybe I'll consider it. Yeah, at Dodora, I'll build 2 city districts and fulfill that mandate. I'll drink to that. Thank you. Question for you guys. Should I set up MSI as not a tributary? Basically, a tributary is like the most abusive form of vassalage. I know they were oppressing us, but, you know, we're no better than them if they... I don't know. I'm definitely on the fence there. But if we did negotiate the agreement, they are both materialist, militarist, and authoritarian. So if we renegotiated the agreement, I could turn them into a vassal, a bulwark, or a scholarium, and it wouldn't be too crazy, because they're sort of geared towards that. Or alternatively, I can just keep them as a tributary forever, having them pay taxes like they were trying to have to pay us. I'm going to leave that choice as yours. And then once we're done voting on that, in 2.5 minutes, I will poll about sort of next priority. If there's more stuff you guys want to see.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Oh, who's this? Well, I can't move my envoys for a minute, but we just found...
Colony established.
Amoebas. Canopus is established, so congratulations, Kellyan. Canopus is named after you. And this is going to be a mining colony, so I'm just going to immediately invest in mining districts and in... I'll build a holo theater. I like to build holo theaters as well, just to keep the population happy. Didn't I parade their bodies in the streets? A little bit. A little bit. To be fair, they weren't nice first. So it's not like they didn't have it coming. Just because I don't want to have to deal with these guys, I'm going to offer tribute to the Marauders for now. Because it's a very, very small price to pay to not be locked into a Marauder war. Hey, look at that! GGU is now level 2 Scholarium. So if you're wondering what that means, there's 3 levels to every sort of specialized tier, and leveling up improves the research sharing and all that. Basically, it further specializes them. So now they, let's see, give 30% of their monthly scientific research instead of 20, and have a smaller navy and higher military upkeep. Basically, they're becoming more and more scholastic. And you guys say no. Keep MSI as a tribute. Alright. Current priority. Continued Empire investment. Work towards L-gates. punishment wars or expansion wars. I think those are sort of the overall. So continued Empire investment would just be continuing to invest in the planets and the infrastructure and upkeep and all that stuff, right? Not going to war. Trying to avoid war. Work towards L-gates would be... I mean, that's kind of hard to do, but I would be going to focus on the L-gate research and go down that path of trying to crack the L-gates open. Expansion wars would be probably down to Gox or Glebzig, because they are neighbors of mine that could become vassals, and they're also very strong in the galactic community. So vassalizing them not only puts me ahead, but then puts them behind, because right now the Gox is in first place. So that could be something to be done. Or punishment wars, going to war with those that messed with pre-FTLs to get revenge on behalf of those that can't get revenge for themselves. So the other thing I wanted to do with my free envoy is to piss off people that I don't like. I know how that sounds. So we need more rivals. So the Rakarians, guess what? I'm going to have my envoy here flip you off. Because I wouldn't mind more influence.
Complete.
Now let's take a look at our trade lanes too. I think they're all now protected. Yeah, okay. They're all locked down. I'm not going to have any piracy popping out of nowhere. Glorious. So Polaris was never colonized because there is a fleet, about a 5k fleet sitting on it, stopping it from its being added to Gox's empire. And that's not that big of a fleet, if you ask me. So it might be something that we want to
Evading hostiles.
clear out and grab. Especially if we go to war with the Gox, because that would be probably the next person. One of our founding species is on the slave market. How the hell? Why would they be on the slave market? And they're not anymore. They were purchased. Oh no, here they are. Wow, a little pricey. But also not fetching the highest price. It's kind of offensive. I am going to try to emancipate that individual. So we'll put them on Yadaris Prime. Where they will be free. I don't know where they're working precisely, but whatever.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
They changed the slave market prices in 3.6? Yep, well, if that's the case, that was expensive. I could either buy one person or terraform an entire world, to put that in perspective. Right, it was about the cost of terraforming the entire planet.
Complete.
Seems a little out there, if you ask me, but, you know, whatever. I'm not a slaver, so I freed them. Isn't that just encouraging slave traders? Yeah, probably. So this colony ship is sitting at Hodum. Hodum is going to be terraformed in just a few months. First contact. So in 200 days, I'll have to remind myself the envoy harming relation with the Krakarians could try to make first contact with the Sade aliens. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris First Contact, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 21st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Stellaris players.